Hi everybody, welcome to my channel. My name is Jessica. 2 years ago, on September 2018, I decided to stop coloring my hair. So this is my 2-year dye-free anniversary. I want to share a few things that I learned along the way, and hopefully the advice and tips that I share will help make your transition and beyond a lot easier and less stressful. Make sure you are 100% ready to transition to gray hair. If you are not ready and your heart is not completely committed to transitioning to gray, it is going to make the transition so much harder. This transition is very long and there are a lot of ups and downs, so you have to be fully committed to make it through and to have a good experience. My husband has been asking me to stop coloring my hair for over 20 years. And every year I tell him the same thing: I'm not ready. Had I attempted to transition to gray years ago when I was not ready, I would not even have made it through the first week. And if by some miracle I had made it through the first week and completed the transition, I most likely would have ended up coloring my hair. So you have to make sure that you are 100% committed, so that way you can get through the transition and actually enjoy the process. It is a very hard process, I'm not going to lie. There were days when I was feeling so frustrated. There were days when I just felt like my hair was not growing fast enough. And then there were those days where my hair just felt like it was sprouting out, and I was just really enjoying the process. So you're going to have your ups and downs, and being fully committed is going to keep you moving forward and sticking with it. If you're not fully committed, it's going to be really easy to grab that box of dye or make the hair appointment to color your hair. So fully commit yourself to the transition, because it is a long process and it can be hard at times. Be prepared for not only physical changes, but emotional changes. As far as physical changes goes, you are going to look different. Your hair color is going to completely change how you look. My hair was very, 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 very dark, and now it's very, very, very white. I think I look like a completely different person. So here are my before and after photos, so you can see the differences in hair color and how I look. My hair was really dark, and now my hair is really, really light. So there is definitely going to be a huge physical change. Are you going to look older? I don't think so. I know a lot of people think that they're going to look older once they allow their gray to show. I have seen hundreds and hundreds of photos. I follow blogs. I spend a lot of time looking at photos on Instagram, and I am part of many different groups on Facebook, and I have yet to see one person who looks older than they did when they were dyeing their hair. They do not look older. You will not look older. I don't know where that came from. I guess it's just something that we were conditioned to believe. Gray hair equals to old, but it's not true. You will not look older. You will look different though. You're going to have a different look, and every photo that I have seen, everybody that I have known who has transitioned to gray looks better to me. Their faces look brighter and their features stand out more. I think the gray hair makes you look better, not older. So there will be those physical changes. There will also be a lot of emotional changes. You're going to go through a lot of different emotions during your transition. You're going to have really, really good days where it feels like everything is just flowing along nice and beautifully. And then there are going to be days when you feel like your hair just isn't growing fast enough, or you don't like the way your hair color is turning out. And let me tell you, you cannot really tell what your true hair color is until you're almost like halfway through your transition. At 6 months is when I was able to really tell what my hair color looked like. Before then, it felt like my hair looked different every month. So every time it grew half an inch or an inch, it looked a different color. It was so strange. So stick with it so that way you can see what your true hair color is going to look like. I think the reason our hair looks so different each month is because we have the new hair growth coming up on top and the dark dyed area on the bottom, and it really does change the look of your hair. It really does make a difference when there's two different colors. You can't really see the true color until later on. So make sure you're also prepared for changes beyond your transition. There are going to be things that come up that you weren't expecting or that you didn't think was going to happen to you. Once you're done with your gray hair transition, there's a lot going on with your hair. For example, when my hair started to turn yellow and I thought it would be really easy to get rid of, well, it wasn't, and I was feeling really frustrated, and I had a moment of weakness, and I considered going back to dyeing my hair. I didn't think that I was strong enough to have to deal with living with yellow stained hair. I took a photo and sent it to my mom and told her my hair is turning yellow. She sent a message back saying, "How did that happen?" And then she ended the text with, "I love your hair." And that's how she always ends her text messages to me. When I send a photo of my hair, is "I love your hair." She always says that. And that really, really just made me feel so much better, and it lifted my confidence levels up, and I just felt like, I can't disappoint Mom. I have to stick with this. So that really was a game changer for me. So the next thing that you need to do is make sure you have a strong support system. Your support system is not only going to help you through your transition, but it's also going to help you after your transition. So it's always good to have someone to talk to, someone to lean on. If you don't have anybody to talk to, you have me. You have a whole group of Silver Sisters on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. They're everywhere. We're all ready to support each other and help each other get through this. We are all dealing with the same issues, or a lot of the same issues. And if I've never experienced it, someone else has experienced it. So there's always going to be someone there that can help you get past whatever it is you're dealing with. So make sure you have a strong support system. I am lucky that my husband and my two boys and my mom have been my biggest cheerleaders. They've been there supporting me through the entire process. So I am lucky to have them, and I'm lucky to also have my other family, my family of Silver Sisters, who have been nothing but supportive. There have been times when I have had some bad days and I've snapped a photo and posted it on the Facebook groups, and within hours I have hundreds and hundreds of positive comments from ladies all over the world who are cheering me on and helping me stay motivated. So you are always going to have someone there to support you. So no worries there. Find inspiration in blogs, on Instagram, on YouTube, and in Facebook groups. There are so many Silver Sisters sharing their stories online. The inspiration and the motivation to keep going was always right there at my fingertips. So whenever I felt uninspired, I'd just open up my computer or my phone and I'd look at the photos or read a story about someone who was going through their transition, and that would keep me motivated to keep moving on. So one of the biggest inspirations for me are not only the ladies who have gone through their transition and completed it, but also the ladies who are starting out on their transition. I love reading about their stories, and I love reading why they got started and how they overcame certain obstacles to get to where they were. It really, really puts everything in perspective. Another source of inspiration for me are the ladies who have tried several times. And that's actually made a huge impact on how I do things in my life now. There have been times when I have tried something and it just did not work out for me, which was very disappointing, but I just never went back to doing it. But after seeing these ladies who have tried not once or twice, but have tried 3 or 4 times to transition to gray, and it just isn't working out for them. And they keep giving it their best, and they keep going back to giving it a try. That is so inspirational. And that has actually made me think a lot about some of the things that I have tried and then never went back to try again. So now I've slowly been going back and trying other things that I thought at the time wasn't for me. And I have discovered a lot of things that I truly enjoy doing that I didn't enjoy back then. Just because it didn't work out that one time doesn't mean it's not going to work out the next time you give it a try or the third time you give it a try. So it is very inspiring to read all the stories of all the ladies who have attempted to go through the transition, who are going through the transition, or who have already completed the transition. And I really, really am so glad that I started this YouTube channel, because I have received so many comments from you all, which makes me feel wonderful. I'm so thankful and so grateful for all your support and for all the lovely comments that you leave and all the stories that you have shared with me. I really, really love reading your stories. So I thank you for everything that you have given me and for all the inspiration that you are giving me through your stories and through your comments and your support. Thank you so much. I hope that what I talked about has been very helpful and will help make your transition a little easier. I'm so happy that we have YouTube and Instagram and all these other groups where we can get together and share and cheer each other on and support each other. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for joining me, and I hope to see you next time. Bye.